So I do collect the Bimber Central Line stuff because I live on the Central Line and I'm fond of it. So Stratford, Chancery Lane, Bond Street, Oxford Street. Yeah. Now there's a couple I haven't got: Tottenham Court Road, Notting Hill Gate, and I'm like, maybe I'll go for them, maybe I won't. They are on the Central Line, but they're also on other lines. But I completely missed the Bimber last release from. I just
the Underground series. Just
didn't see the email, didn't see any information, didn't even
too busy, mate.
Double busy, mate. Didn't even put into the ballot, and so I had to buy a bottle of the Liverpool Street on auction. Wasn't too bad, 150. Only a few pounds extra than. Well, okay, right, 165-ish or something like that, 167. So maybe 30 quid more than I'd have to pay retail, right? But I don't think it's going to get cheaper than that. Liverpool Street's a pretty epic station. So I had to buy it at an auction, which hurts, but I can't not have Liverpool Street. And listen, I really don't collect much at all. Like everybody at some point, I had a collection of the Diageo Game of Thrones stuff. I mean, who didn't have Diageo Game of Thrones? If you've never owned any Diageo Game of Thrones bottles, you've not lived.
I've bought them on offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they were like, what? Even when they were coming out, I'm like, who's buying these at full price? What are you doing?
Days, that reminds me, I have a sample pack of we have to do Diageo Game of Thrones, which was shittest. Yeah. We have to do that episode.
The only fucking game was Diageo laughing away at the fucking mugs buying it at full price.
Yeah.
And making it seem like they're going to make a fortune on it, like it's super collectible. I'm like, you still buy them now on shops.
The limited edition. I haven't yet got to my ultimate auction since. So I hate the idea of one bottle because the postage on one bottle, unless you're getting, a mule to bring it to you, is just sort of disproportionately expensive. So I had a little look, and I don't know why I never usually do this, but I hit show me stuff that's not whiskey, show me other.
I like to think I'm this influence on you because I keep saying I'm.
I think you did influence me on this. Yeah, you did, because the cognac
and stuff.
You did, and so I was like thinking, you got in my head about the cognac, and I was like, show me other. And I was like scrolling down, I was like, rubbish. Who wants 12 bottles of rubbish white wine? Rubbish. And then I was like, hang on, 1964 Dom Perignon, £90. I'll snipe that. So I sniped it. I won it for 95 quid. I messaged my mate, and he messages back and goes, "Oh, fuel level's low on that. That'll be dead, mate." I was like,
shit.
Alex is the one guy, and I was like, Alex, I need that gently. You need to give that to me gently. You can't just deliver that like that.
You've absolutely fucked that, mate.
And then he felt bad, and he was like, "Do you know, mate? There's a chance it might be okay." I was like, "No, you've
Alex, is it?
You've ruined it now." So
what are you going to keep it?
I went. Probably won't be any bubbles. He went, no, definitely won't be any bubbles. It's just a question of whether it's drinkable.
But there's no bubbles. Who's drinking champagne without bubbles?
Well, the thing is, it is quite flavoursome wine. But anyway, 1964 Dom Perignon. It'll just, if anything, it'll be funny to try. So
I would say put that
61
in a box
years old.
And put it in but I don't have to be vacuum sealed. It's dead. Put it in some sort of box and have it as like a display. And people are like, "Oh, is that real?" You're like, "Yeah."
Just come up with a story for it. Like in the joke, like
Titanic. Just say it went down the Titanic. They went.
I was going to say
64.
Like, in Batman, when every time he's talking about how he got the smile on his face and he changes the story every time.
Yeah.
It'd be like that. Every time someone comes around, I have to make up a different story about how we got that bottle. Yeah. Right.
I like it. I found my list what I bought at Auctioneer, and it links nicely. It was the Martel V-Sop Medallion Cognac, 26 quid.
Mop up that V-Sop.
I needed cognac basically to make some of those cocktails from the thing. Then I got a Dalmore 2015 Carnmore 8-year-old, 31 quid. Glen Elgin Compass Box Myths and Legends 2, £62. That's still like 150 quid in the shops. Ardbeg Core of Gherkin, 43 quid. And a Balvenie, The Creation of a Classic, Story number 4 for £45. I don't think there's any sins there.
I think the sin is, where's the space behind you to put it? That's the sin. All I see is an overflowing shed.
That Dalry milk is nearly gone.
Oh, you finished the bottle? Oh, hey, everyone. Yeah. Hey, if you're listening to this at home, just give Mike, wherever you are, bus, train, running, just give Mike a finishing the bottle. Well done, Mike. You finished the bottle. Oh, good job.
Thanks.
Great job.
Thanks.
Great job.
Now I can buy something else. Oh, what I did see as well was obviously I mentioned it before, the Penderyn.
Penderyn?
Penderyn!
Welsh
Penderyn Brynted Vril edition, the opera singer. And it was randomly going for about £900. And I thought, well, that's
cheap.
bollocks.
1,500 that goes for sometimes.
Because as famously I said to Duncan, I went to open it, couldn't find the fucking thing, and then happened to see it at an auction price and gone, hang on, how has this got famous? Yeah. But all the Welsh whiskies, like the limited edition series, are going for £400, and they are £30 bottles of whiskey.
That's a rich Welshman who's back in his country right there.
Well, God knows. Maybe they want to collect them and they can't get hold of them.
How many famous Welsh people can you think of? It's probably Rob Brydon.
Gareth's Corner. Gareth is Welsh.
Rob Brydon.
But yes, what else was I saying? So
Charlotte Church.
They had the In the Welsh Wind, which was a new
Tom
distillery.
Jones. Is he still alive?
Yeah, Sir Tom.
Probably Sir Tom Bynum.
Yeah, but In the Welsh Wind, the inaugural bottling, Palo Cortado cask, is going for £250. And I was like, it's shit. It's fucking shit whiskey. I've got two of them. One's opened, and I'm like, it's fucking... They had to rush out a bottle to get investors out.
If you're listening to this and you'd like to have more of an understanding about Welsh whiskey, go back a few podcasts, and we did one with Sean.
Yes.
Sean's surname is... He's multiple Williams. Sean, we did one with Sean from Whisky Wales. Is that right? Whisky. WHISGI.
But spelt differently in every social media platform, apparently.
Absolutely. But we did a lovely episode with him where he talked us through a lot of Welsh distilleries, and it was genuinely fascinating. So if you haven't listened to that and you are interested in Welsh whiskey, then please go back and have a listen. You will have a very nice time.
For your sins, I prescribe one episode of Honest or Malt with Sean.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So auction sins for me is taking a gamble on a bottle with a low fill level. You've done it before by accident. I did it this time knowingly, and I think also just bidding on more than one bottle and then winning more than one bottle of the same bottle is just a very stupid thing to do, right? So,
I suppose. Well, a good word of warning for people there, like. You are going to win things at lower prices than you're probably expecting, so don't bid on too much low. Just try and keep your bids narrow. Don't do a Mike and Duncan.
And don't lose your temper and try to outbid people just because they're doing you over, right?
I did.
It's not a competition. It is a competition, but it's not a competition.
What was the one I sent you? Was it the Scotia 21 or was it the Loch Lomond? Something last night. No, Loch Lomond 25.
Mike, what's that there in the background? It's a bottle of Wireworks Cadoro.
Cadoro. Yeah.
Cadoro.
But yeah, it was the Loch Lomond 25, and I was like, that's so cheap.
Went for 180 quid in the end.
Yeah, it was only then one bid up from me, because I was like, I don't want that. I don't want to spend that on fucking whiskey at the moment. I know it's a great price, but I don't want to spend that. I still ended up spending 100 quid anyway.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's one other thing you say is you go, well, I won't buy that expensive bottle, and then you end up buying 3 bottles, which adds up to the expensive bottle, and you don't need any more whiskey, and you sort of go, I sort of wish I just got the expensive bottle.
Yeah.
Because then I'd have some quality in the cupboard, right?
Yeah. If you're trying to build your collection, go buy a couple of lower price ones. But if you want to just feel better about yourself and you've already got a few, just go for a fucking big one.
And let's end on a positive. This was my favourite recent auction buy. This Glen Scotia was £45, I think, single cask. And
banging. I
know it's 8 years old, but this whiskey is often best between 8 and 11 years old, unless you're lucky enough to be sitting down trying a 50-year-old Glen Scotia, in which case that's it's definitely better. In a private tasting with Michel Henry, and we have to give we need to give Nick Bradley a French name. Nicolas Bradley.
Nicolas
Bradley.
Bradley. Nicolas Bradley.
Michel Henry and Nicolas Bradley.
Yeah.
Bradley.
Class.
That's amazing. Michel Henry. Nicolas Bradley. Nicole.
With this Bradley, you are really spoiling us.
No, what was the effort?
Nicole. Papa. Michel. Nicolas.
Oh my gosh, we should have got them to do that. He could have gone, Nicolas. And then Nick could have gone, Papa. Anyways, very nice. Great little section. Loved it.